Who the hell can wait till morning? Talk now at latenightsportsradio.com.
1, 1, 2. Check me out right here, yo.
Yo, the sun don't shine forever, but as long as it's here, then we might as well shine together.
Welcome into the Bob Sullivan Show here on latenightsportsradio.com. Big night tonight. Got first-time guest, former baseball player for me at Roncalli. Good old Timmy Goodrich. Timmy, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing, Bob?
I'm good. Well, we're not doing this at night. We're doing it in the middle afternoon. But the point is going to get across. That's the important thing.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Well, Timmy, what have you been up to lately?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just working a lot. So just baseball, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. Of course. Good old Roncalli days.
Yeah. That was my first year coaching. You were on my team, and
was that?
I almost.
Sophomore year?
I think it was your junior year.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we were trying to get you to become a catcher.
That's right. Yeah.
And we were doing that. Me and you. This is the first time I almost took off the head of a player when you were doing the catching drill, and I was supposed to be hitting one hoppers to you catching, mm-hmm. work on blocking, and you were not wearing a mask. Probably the first thing I should have had you do was put on a mask, and I hit a line drive right past your face.
That did happen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's the story I tell to all my teams. That was the by far the scariest thing I've ever had to deal with coaching wise.
Yeah.
Well, why you're here today is we're here to talk a little bit about Tyler Alitz, former Roncalli baseball player, former Garden City community college baseball player, and was going to signed a letter of intent with Morehead State in Tennessee to go play college baseball and for D1. And his life was tragically ended in a car accident. And we're here to talk about the Memorial softball tournament that happens every year in October. We're going into, is it year 3 now?
Yep, this is the third year now.
And we've had 2 scholarships given out, one to Nick Yossi, and then the other one last year was to Tyler Claver. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about the Memorial softball tournament that happens every year at Kelly Field here in Omaha.
Yeah, so this is actually the third year we're doing it. The first year, it was very disappointing. Tyler died May 21st. Mm. So Katie, Joe, and I all talked, and we said, hey, we got to celebrate the life of Tyler. So, let's do something in memorial for, his life, and let's get a softball tournament. So we scheduled one. The first year, we only had 8 teams. The second year, I actually had 24 teams. Yeah. So this is the third year now, so now I have 24 teams again. So it's fun. Everyone just comes out. It's October 8th this year. We're going to start at 10 o'clock. Games are at 10, 11, and 12. It's a pool play into a single elimination tournament. It's a great time. There's a lot of raffles, prizes, food. Everything is for purchase, we had Wisconsin, I think Nebraska tickets last year. Mm-hmm. I believe so.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's just a good time to go out there, celebrate the life of Tyler. Tyler was a stud baseball player. Great athlete, great person.
Football and basketball as well.
And basketball too. So I actually do remember when he went down to Garden City to go visit the baseball coach, he told me he asked the baseball coach if he could play basketball. And the basketball coach was like, no, you can't do that. And he's like, oh, come on, I can pull threes all day, So they did not sign him for basketball, just baseball, though.
No, I could see him attempting to do that. Trying to pull through. He's trying to talk somebody into something they don't necessarily feel comfortable with doing. Right. But, that was Tyler for you. As far as this tournament goes, I remember the first year was the original plan was to go to Roncalli and kind of bring in a short fence, put that up. Because, didn't know if there was going to be 3, 4 teams, what it was going to be. It turned out to be 8, which, now just seems minuscule to what it has become. 24 teams of people, just adults, kids, kids, everything like that. It's really become a huge memorial to Tyler, and everybody that goes to that tournament seems to have at least 15 different Tyler Alitz stories that are just from the most ridiculous to the most hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Give us a couple of Tyler Alitz stories that people should remember.
So I actually grew up with Tyler. I used to live in Cherry Hills, so I've known Tyler since basically diapers. Him, myself, and Brendan Nowak, another Ron Colley. He transferred to Elkhorn South, so we always used to hang out and stuff. So I have too many stories actually about Tyler.
Yeah.
One of my favorite stories though is it was sophomore year, and the center fielder got injured, TJ Feldhouse. So they brought me up from JV to play varsity.
Right.
And I think it was my second game. And I rode with Tyler and Dane Hansen to the baseball game. It was at Bellevue East. We go to Arby's, and we're in line for Arby's for like 30 to 45 minutes. And the game is going to start at 6 o'clock, and it is 5:35. We're supposed to be there at 5. So, this is my second game on varsity and stuff. I want to make a good impression. And, of course, Tyler's running, 30 minutes late. So, Cooper was so mad at us that we were late. So we did, batting practice and everything like that, and we warmed up. And I remember Tyler was up second. I think it was Dane that batted first. Dane got a walk. He got walked. And then Tyler's finishing his RB sandwich. I remember he was on deck and he was eating his RB sandwich. And he walks up there, and I'm pretty sure by the first pitch he was still chewing it. First pitch, he hit a bomb 350 yards to the center field. He hit a home run. And ever since then, I was like, yeah, this kid is a stud. I mean, it's just crazy to see that happen. He's eating a sandwich, RB sandwich, and just hit a home run on the first pitch.
Yeah, the things to be eaten, like I do remember the stories about him eating Arby's before every single game, and maybe just about every practice too. The Arby's, it's not a good combination with baseball for me. Coaching, that is. Mm-hmm. Nothing really is a good combination for me with coaching with baseball. But for Tyler, yeah, I don't know how he was able to eat Arby's and then turn around and play a baseball game and play it well, mind you. So, yeah, the Arby's was always the key for Tyler's success. Was there an Arby's in Garden City, or did he cut that out of the...
I can't remember if he did that or not. I remember there was a couple of games he was in a slump, and he kept eating Arby's. And I was like, Tyler, okay, Arby's is not your key to success. I was like, you're a stud athlete. You just had Arby's one time and hit a bomb. I mean, you don't eat Arby's every game. So...
What was the menu item that he got?
I think he got a number 3 at the time, which is the triple Arby's sandwich, and of course he got mozzarella sticks and fries. I'm pretty sure actually one time he got a shake before a game.
Yeah, the perfect combination for oil coming out of your body while you're about to hit a baseball.
Yeah.
What was when Tyler was, when you were growing up, what were some stories from growing up with Tyler? He always had that grin when he kicked your ass, mm-hmm. but he always had that grin when, he did or attempted to do something nice as well. How could you decipher that as one of his best friends?
You know what? There was way too many stories. I just remember we would always go to Zesto's every Wednesday, get Dino Nuggets, and come back to Alitz's house and beat up Tommy. I remember Tommy was very young. He would always, be upstairs playing in his room, and Ty would always grab him by the neck and bring him down, and we would just beat him up.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad at the time.
I know.
So it was horrible, and God bless Tommy for being the guy he is now. But we would beat the living crap out of him.
Me, you, and Tyler. And I think Heath Banders might have been in. When I used to drive you guys down to either those road games, and we'd never get a bus.
Right.
It would be us going down. I think we went down to Nebraska City. I think we also went down to Beatrice. Mm-hmm. And I do remember after one of the games, Tommy we were at Arby's. It was me, you, Tyler, Tommy, and then Joe, Tyler's father. And Tommy rang the service bell at Arby's.
Thanks for your service.
Yeah, and Tyler just went nuts on him. He was just like, Jesus, Tommy, what's wrong with you? You haven't even been served yet. You can't ring the bell. And then Tommy's getting ready to order, and he starts bringing it. He's like, you can't order the left side of the menu, Tommy. Tyler was just ruthless to Tommy.
He was.
Yeah.
He was. You know, it made Tommy the person who he is now.
He's tough as nails now.
He is tough. He's a tough kid. I think one of my favorite stories growing up with Tyler, though, is we are in his backyard, and I think I was hitting him grounders and pop flies or something. Tyler would make me hit him grounders and pop flies. And I was always asking Tyler, I was like, hey, you know, is it my turn? And he was like, no. I mean, I would hit him grounders and pop flies for 5 hours. So one time we were doing that, and we had a water gun outside, and it was a great, day. And Katie yells at us, and she's like, hey, guys, come in for lunch or whatever. And Tyler's like, no, we're not coming in. So Tyler actually grabs a water gun, and he opens up the screen door, and he points it at Katie. And Katie's like, Tyler, if you spray that at me, you're going to be grounded for, 3 months. And Tyler's like, oh, really? Am I really? And Katie's like, yeah, you're going to be grounded. Next thing I know, Tyler pulls the trigger. Katie locks us out of the house. We don't get back in the house for the rest of the day. I think we ended up sleeping at my house that night. And Katie was livid, and Tyler just sprayed her all over with water. It was hilarious.
Well, more about the softball tournament now. As far as, it goes, so there is 24 teams again this year, or are we getting to 24, or are you expecting more?
So as of right now, today, I have 22 teams signed up. Okay. 24 is the cap for this year. So I plan on having 2 more teams. I know a couple of guys want to sign up and everything. We were actually even talking about doing more teams this year. I mean, it's just kind of a bummer because, we only have so much room and so much capacity. So, I hate to turn people down. It's horrible. But, next year I think we might do a little bit more teams because, nature of the beast. But, right now 22 teams for sure. Everyone's all signed up. I just need 2 more teams, and then that puts us 24.
The last year was my first year in it. I was able to play with 3 different teams. I kind of roamed around from team to team. And I noticed that there was a heaping scoop of trash talking. Could there be a Tyler Alitz Memorial Softball Tournament without a little bit of trash talking to honor him?
Right. I think Tyler would actually love the trash talking, of course. These guys, so we do have volunteer umpires, and they got heckled all the time, which is, it's horrible, but these guys are, doing out of kind of their hearts or whatever, so they enjoy it. So this year I am going to announce, hey, listen, just, have fun.
Keep it within reason.
Yeah, keep it within reason. We don't need any of that. And I think there's only maybe 3 teams last year that I yelled at. Yeah. And I said, hey, guys, come on, this is for fun. So these guys, they're umpires. Currently we only had, I think, 14 last year. I think we're going to have 16 this year, hopefully. And I sat down with the umpires, and I was like, hey, granted my dad is one of the lead umpires. I said, you're going to get that. Yeah. It's for fun, but people are going to be competitive. I understand that. I think there's only a total of 3 teams. So this year, actually, I know every team, and I don't think they're going to cause problems this year. So it should be fine.
What are some items that are up for auction, for bidding this year? Or have you gotten to that yet?
Yeah, I actually spoke with Joe the other day. Joe is a sales rep. He sells a lot of alcohol and stuff, so there's going to be, of course, alcohol there. I do know last year they had a Nike Method putter. We're going to do another putter this year. And actually, I think a Callaway driver. There's going to be 2 different raffles for Nebraska tickets. And then I think 1 for the Kansas City Chiefs against the Raiders is what Joe told me. So there's going to be a lot of raffles this year.
and no Iowa stuff.
I hope not.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff just doesn't sell around here. I know that's going to sting Joe a little bit, but yeah, the Iowa stuff just, you can't have that up for auction. And I don't think it would just go for free.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't pay for that.
Tell us, the Iowa thing. How did with that family, just harping on that Iowa is better than Nebraska at everything. Where do Iowa fans get off as far as that goes? I don't.
Joe Alitz grew up in Iowa.
Yeah.
And Katie grew up in Nebraska. So Katie is the only Nebraska fan of the Alitz family.
The only voice of reason.
Yes. The only smart one in the family, per se. So, the boys kind of took the lead with Joe, and Joe convinced them that Iowa was better at everything, wrestling, football, I guess. So, as far as that, I think Joe just had a really big impact on the boys, Iowa, pro-Iowa everything. And I feel bad for Katie because she's the only Nebraska fan in the family, the smart one, of course.
Yeah, the only one that's able to watch intelligent football, not intelligent basketball, but intelligent football at least. Couple more things before we go here. With the tournament, as it continues to grow, what's the ultimate message of the slow pitch softball tournament that you want to get out there?
Mm-hmm. I think the main thing is just celebrating Tyler's life.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler was a stud baseball player. I mean, from my own eyes, he was probably one of the best baseball players I've seen. He loved to have fun. He loved to trash talk. I think the main purpose is what I try to get out from people is just come out, have fun, have a couple drinks, and, just enjoy the day.
Yeah.
Tyler lived his life to the fullest. He always had fun. He was never mad or pissed off about anything. So when I tell people, that, hey, this is for a good cause, of course it's for the Roncalli baseball scholarship fund. I think for the most part is just have fun. I mean, the main reason Tyler died when he was 21, so he didn't live too long, of course. But the main reason is have fun. I mean, just get out there, play the sport that Tyler loved, and
it sounds kind of cliche, but he is one. Yeah, I mean, he was one of a kind. First of all, and number two, if there's anybody that this Memorial Tournament with how everybody comes together, from the Roncalli family, from work, anybody that has any beefs or trouble over the years or whatever it may be, it is done during that tournament. Like nobody is there, with a negative feeling in their heart. It's all about Tyler, and Tyler in his own life was able to bring a bunch of people together, a bunch of different personalities together and make it work. Mm-hmm. And the same thing is true with this tournament is, whenever you're there, you may see somebody they haven't seen since the last tournament or from 2 years before that or whatever it may be. And whatever problems you might have with that person, it is done. And, it's all, thanks to the memory of Tyler, because he's one of the few people that can actually do that. And I mean, there are so many people that loved, honored, and respected that kid, and it just shows with that whole tournament year in, year out.
And it's great. You see people that you have seen forever. Maybe only one time a year. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know class of 08 has a team. 2011 has a team. 2010 has a team. Even 2013 has a team, which, didn't really know Tyler that much, but they're out there just to support the Roncalli family. Right. And I think that's the most important thing is getting the Roncalli family supported and loved because, it's just a small school, but it's, full of love and heart.
Well, Timmy, before we get out of here, do you want to tell everybody, anybody else that might want to sign up, how to contact you through Twitter, Facebook, whatever it may be, and getting a team together, rules, entrance fee, all that good stuff.
Right. Yeah. So it's actually $250 a team. So if you have 10 people, it's going to be $25. You can contact me through Facebook, shoot me a message on there. You can even text me. My number is 402-676-9067, or email me at tgoodrich@gmail.com. If you have any questions or curious about the tournament, I mean, I would be more than happy to talk to you about it.
Awesome. Anything else on any other Tyler memories that you want to share before we get out of here?
Oh, geez.
Appropriate ones.
Yeah, I was going to say I probably couldn't tell a few on here. Trying to think here. Another baseball story is we were at I think it was Beatrice, and I rode with you and Heath Banders to the game, and Cooper was the coach, and we were hitting BP. It was me, Dane, and Tyler, and Tyler had this little dinosaur in his back pocket. I can't remember what the name is. He carried the dinosaur around with him forever. I mean, Tyler was a very superstitious guy. So, I mean, he eats Arby's, hits a home run. So he has to eat Arby's every game.
Yeah.
So I remember this game, we were at Beatrice, and I was playing center field, Dane was in left field, and Tyler was at second base. And the whole time, Tyler is just, pulling out the dinosaur and showing me and Dane in the backfield. And we're in the middle of a game, and it's a good game. I think it was 2-1, and we were up. But Tyler would just joke around on the field and stuff. And I remember one time we got a double play, and we're all running back into the dugout, and Tyler threw this dinosaur at me, and I caught it. And, I mean, he's like, okay, I need that back. And I was like, why do you have this in your pocket? Like, we are in the middle of a baseball game. And he's like, well, I have something else in my pocket. And he pulls out his phone.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so the next inning, he was actually texting people underneath his glove during the baseball game. And granted, he still made awesome plays, but, I mean, the kid was,
I don't know if that says more about him or more about times when he would be bored during a game of baseball. or an ADD type of thing. Or just okay, let's get through this game, get on to the next one, or get to my next at bat. No more so.
Yeah.
Well, Timmy, it was an honor talking to you. Honor to have you on finally, and I'll be at the tournament on October 8th, and I'm looking forward to it, man. We'll have to get a few beers at the tournament. And, well, actually, I know you'll be busy as hell running it. Are you playing?
I'm gonna try to play a couple innings. Last year, I only played maybe 2 or 3 innings, but most of the time I got to walk around and make sure everyone's doing okay. But yeah, so October 8th, 10 o'clock is our first games. Once again, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Should be a great time now. I'm hoping for good weather this year. We've had 2 back-to-back, so.
Awesome. Well, Timmy.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
No problem. And we'll do this again soon, man.
Of course, yes.